Good evening. Good evening, Facebook. It's Sunday night. How was everybody? And good evening, Instagram. It looks like Instagram started for the first time tonight. So welcome everybody. It's Sunday night. It's 8 o'clock. Welcome to part 2 of my series. I hope everyone had a chance to catch part 1. So if you're asking, Allison, what is this new series you're doing? I'm doing a series. It's a journey with my trichologist. So I'm going to give people a few seconds to join, and then we're going to get right into part 2 tonight. So I reposted part 1 today for everybody and anybody who did not get a chance to see part 1. In case you're wondering, Allison, what does a trichologist do? Why are you seeing a trichologist? What is all of this about? Check out part 1. It's up on Maintaining My Crown on Facebook. It is on Instagram, and it is on my personal page. And I reshared it to my Allison Vaughn page on Facebook today so that everybody could access it easily, okay? And it's public. It's my private page, but it is public on my private page. All right, so again, welcome everybody. This is part 2 to my new series where I am going to be chronicling my journey with a trichologist. So just a quick recap for everybody who has not had a chance to watch part 1. So part 1, hi Barbara. Is the setup okay tonight? So you guys, just quickly, I changed the setup because usually Instagram is on my iPad and they have the worst view. They're usually catching me at an angle. And I told you guys I got this brand new ring light. So it supports 3 phones, but I only have 2 and an iPad. So I have all 3 of you, although it might look like some of you are catching me from the side. You're really directly in front of me. But tonight I put my Allison Vaughn page on the iPad, and I have Instagram and Maintaining My Crown on my iPhones. So I hope, and I have my ring light on tonight, so hopefully the light is good, hopefully the angle is good, and hopefully the sound is good for everybody, okay? So everybody, thank you for joining. This is part 2, like I was saying in the introduction. This is part 2 to my new series, which you love the new style. So Barbara, I got it all blown out yesterday, so I'm going to get into it. So I went to the trichologist, part 2. So number 1, I labeled it as the consultation. Part 2, which is tonight's episode, but yesterday's visit. Yesterday was Saturday. My second visit was for a scalp detox. And it was a very nice visit, and she has it set up. The treatment is, she kind of gave me, I think, a combination of the scalp detox and the scalp show. So I was telling you guys that my trichologist, offers a treatment called a scalp show, which you get a facial, you can get a scalp show, and it includes a nice massage, etc. So I think she really, as a courtesy to me, kind of gave me a combination of the 2. We did the detox, but she gave me a very nice massage. Okay, so what happened at yesterday's visit? The point of yesterday's visit, so let me just back up. Remember, at the end of episode number 1, I told you she gave me homework. My homework was she gave me a shampoo. I was to wash my scalp, not the strands of my hair with it. I was to wash my scalp with the shampoo to start to remove the product buildup on my scalp, which I did. I laid low for the last 2 weeks, which is why you haven't really seen me posting a lot of pictures, because I've been trying to give my hair a break and keep a lot of the products out of my hair. I'm giving it a rest, okay? Welcome to all of you on Facebook. And you guys, this is just a personal request going forward. Thank you for joining, and I appreciate it. It would really help me out if you would join me on my Maintaining My Crown page on Facebook, because that's the audience that I'm trying to grow. And I need the views on that page for the algorithm. So going forward, if you remember, I know a lot of people only get the notifications on my Allison Vaughn page, but you can actually set your notifications on Maintaining My Crown so you'll know when I go live. And if you would watch me from there, it would really benefit me a lot and help me boost the numbers, okay? So at the end of episode 1, I told you I had to wash my hair, keep my scalp clean, keep a lot of the products out of it. So I've been laying low. I've not been doing a whole lot. I left my hair, I think, in maybe one style all week. I did not put a lot of products in it. I'm really trying to let her work with it and heal it and understand what's going on and get the length back and get the fullness back. So let's start with part 2, what happened yesterday at the Detox. Very nice. She pampers you. So let me just tell you again where I'm going. I am going to the Long Island Hair Loss Center and Wellness. And this is her business card. And again, so you know me, right? So I, again, thought maybe I could interview her. She's still a little bit camera shy. So she did let me tape her a little bit just for my own records, not anything that I'm going to play for you, but just so that I could remember everything that I wanted to talk about. So I was kind of interviewing her, asking her questions just to recap the treatment that she gave me so that I could play it back in time for tonight. So she does a very nice job of pampering you. It's kind of like a spa setup. So you go in the room, and the first thing that she did was she put some lavender oil on my wrists, and so that you can kind of smell that. And it, you know, lavender is good for calming you and causing you to relax. And the purpose of that is to really put you in the mood and help you de-stress so that she can open up your follicles and do what she's going to do, and you can get the maximum benefit of the treatment. So if you're all stressed out, it's not really going to be as effective. So the first thing that she does is she gives you a little bit of lavender oil on your wrists. It smells beautifully. You kind of like rub it together, inhale it a little bit. She lets you just sit there quietly and just kind of unwind and settle in for the treatment. And then in the background, she has that really nice, typical, if you've ever been to a spa and you've gotten a massage, you know, they have that really like soothing kind of music, and it sounds like a little bit of water dripping and things like that. So she has it set up so that you're kind of like in the mindset and you're relaxing as if you were at a spa. So it's very, very pleasant. And she gave me a really nice, this is where I think this was kind of part of like the scalpel treatment. She gave me a very nice massage. And so I'm sitting in the chair, and you can recline the chair so that you're comfortable. This way you can really relax and enjoy the treatment. So you recline the chair to your comfort level, and she began to really massage my neck. And like, so now, I don't know how many people know, like, have you ever heard of like dry brushing and massaging? And the whole point with that is that you massage and you brush, you always brush like up. And I was having a problem with my legs a couple of weeks ago, or maybe 2 months ago, when I went to the doctor. And the one thing that she was saying to me was always, like, even if you're just putting lotion on your legs, you never massage down towards the ground, because you already have gravity working against you. So when you massage your legs, because she asked me to massage my feet and massage my calves and my ankles, you always massage in strokes upward, pushing the blood up towards the heart. So in her massage yesterday, she's massaging the neck, and she's massaging it in strokes upward to kind of bring the blood up to your scalp, because again, you want to, hi Mary, welcome. You want to bring the blood up to the scalp. You want you know, to have excess circulation or extra blood circulating throughout the scalp. So she's giving me a very nice scalp massage, a neck massage, very soothing. And she puts the oils, or whatever that is, to detox on the scalp, and she's massaging my scalp. So relaxing, so comforting. And just imagine the environment, the setting, right? The atmosphere is really what I want to say. So you've got your spa music playing, you're in a chair, you're reclining, you've got your lavender scent on your wrist, so it smells nice. So everything is set up like a spa treatment. And so she massages my scalp, and she had a tool. I don't know the exact name for the tool, but you kind of like part the hair and you run it along the scalp. It's kind of like almost like a little scraper. Now it's not invasive at all. It's not painful at all, but you kind of like run it along the scalp. Again, you're trying to detoxify the scalp and get all of the toxins and the sebum to come up out of the pores. So that was really, really nice. So she gave me the like 15-minute massage. She closed the door, turned the lights out, let me just sit and really enjoy the treatment. And then after that, we went and she washed my hair out, and I got a cut. So you guys know I've been struggling with the damaged hair, and actually a section of the damage you can see really good tonight. So I'm going to point that out. But what else is going on in combination with that? So I told you that in order to really come to some definitive conclusions about what's going on with my hair, because again, in analyzing my scalp yesterday and really looking at it, you know, it's clear to see that the follicles are shrinking, right? Which is a lot of that is due to age. Again, I am smack dab in the middle of menopause age. So you have hormonal issues going on. And then if you remember this part right here in the front where my follicles, where I have a little bit of inflammation, we suspected that I was having like a really bad reaction to that garlic oil that I was using. And I have to tell you, I stopped using that oil, and after I used that shampoo that she gave me to really clarify my scalp, remember I told you like right here where I was using that oil, it was actually burning and my skin was sore. I have not had any more of that burning, tingling sensation. So I am going to say that that ginger oil, whatever is in it, is a little bit, now it was already supposed to be cut with carrier oils, right? And so you should be able to put it right on your skin and massage it in. But whatever is in it, it did not react well. But I'm happy to report that since I've stopped using it, the pain has gone away. I've not had another day of pain, tingling. And it used to be tender to the touch, just to press it. I would feel pain. And I was telling you guys, if I would try to move my hair to the right or to the left and manipulate this front section in any way, it was very painful. I could feel like pain down into the scalp. Well, all of that pain is gone. So I'm very happy. I'm pleased with that much. But now remember, she said to definitively understand all of what is going on with me, I needed to have some blood work done. Like your iron levels are very important, right? So that's one of the tests that I have to have. And somebody like myself, where I'm on thyroid medication, I need to make sure that my thyroid levels are okay, because when your thyroid levels are not in the range that they need to be, when I'm running low, you can become very tired. You can have cold, chills, and hair loss. So I told you guys I put on weight during this whole shutdown, and so it's time for me to get my thyroid medication, the levels checked out. So I called my endocrinologist and asked her to run the panel of tests that has been requested by my trichologist. So she did not run everything, which I'm okay with that, because some of this is really probably not in her domain. But I have an upcoming appointment with a dermatologist this month, at the end of the month. And so I think some of these, the dermatologist might run, and then some of them, the hormonal test, I'm thinking the GYN will run. So I think between the three doctors, I should be able to hopefully get everybody to run all of the tests that she needs for her examination, to help her diagnose what's going on, so that she understands the course of treatment that we're going to follow going forward. All right, so just to kind of give you a little idea of the things that, and I don't have the complete list that the trichologist asked for, but I'm going to tell you some of the things that the endocrinologist has agreed to run. So she's going to check my iron, right, to make sure that I'm not anemic, my vitamin B12, my typical thyroid hormone tests, a basic metabolic panel, vitamin D, testosterone, a complete blood count. Of course, you want to do that. I don't even know what prolactin is. Prolactin and free testosterone. So she ordered a good number of tests, and I'm pleased with that. I have another appointment with another doctor this week, so I'm going to see out of the remaining tests which ones she'll run and what hormonal tests she can run to figure out exactly what's going on in conjunction or related to menopause. Let me put it like that. Okay, so hopefully by the end of this week, I can get to the lab and start getting my blood work done, and then we can start to kind of figure out what's going on. All right, so after she gives me the massage and she puts the solution, I don't know what the name of it is, you guys, whatever she uses to actually detox the scalp, she puts it on. She runs the scraper through, she parts your hair, she runs the scraper across the top. It does not hurt at all. Then we go to the shampoo, to the sink, and she shampoos my hair. So I told you guys know that my hair I suffered damage from some color that I was using. So this was, I said last week, I said in part 1 that I had not sat in a beautician's chair for 4 years, but I was wrong. I actually went back and counted it. So it's actually a little over 5 years since I've actually been in a beautician's chair and had a professional cut. So my hair was desperately in need of a cut. So I let her clean it up, take some of the ends off. I didn't let her take everything off that needed to be taken off because, you know, with curly hair, it shrinks up. So to take a lot of it off, by the time it curls up, you know, this is the length of it now, but by the time it curls up, it'll be up to my ears, and I just didn't want to do that. So I allowed her to take some off the bottom, and then maybe in another month, we'll take another ½ an inch off or an inch off, and as it grows, we'll continue to cut it. So then she gave me a blow dry and a very light flat iron just to kind of get it straight. So I don't know how well you can see, but in this bright light, I don't know what happened. So I put my hair on soft rollers last night just to keep some of the curl. And I took my hair down a little while ago to try to get ready, to get dressed, and everything looked great. And then I made the mistake of picking up a brush and putting the brush through my hair. And I'm going to show you the damage because the ends of my hair frizzed right up. And this is exactly where the damaged part is. And I think tonight you'll be able to get a really good look at this. Okay, so you see this part, right? How it's just straight. And you see this, and then you see this, right? You see how bushy this is? It's just wild. It doesn't really hold a curl. So really, all of this would have to get cut off, and I'd have to cut my whole head this long. So by the time this curls up, you know, I'm looking at really short hair. But I just want to show you the damage and what the effects of that color actually did to my hair. This is just like straw. There's really, hey, Vonette, there's nothing you can do with that. So I'm just going to try and see if I can kind of camouflage this and tuck it back under, and I'll have to wet this and then set this again and try to smooth out some of the frizz. But, you know, I'm going to let her continue to cut it because I do want to cut this out. That's annoying, right? You have your hair. This is from the color. So, okay, so I'm answering a question on Instagram. One of my friends is on, and she's asking what happened. This is from some color that I have been using, and it worked well. It really did. It covered great. And so all of this jet black hair is, and it was a rinse. It was supposed to be a plant-based rinse, and I had been using it for a couple of years. Well, I don't know what happened. I suppose they changed a little bit of the formula because when you squeezed it out of the package, I could tell that the color inside, it had two chambers. One was like brown and one was like a pearl color, and the pearl color had changed. But anyway, so, and I can track this back from all of my pictures. You can see exactly when I sustained the damage. So last May 2020, I colored my hair. Now, you guys know I have an Excel spreadsheet that I use every week when I wash my hair. I track it when I remember. Let me be honest. When I remember, I track all of the products I use, from my pre-poo to my shampoo to my conditioners to my styling products, leave-ins. I track everything so that just like this, in the event that something happens, whether it goes wrong or goes poorly, I can go back and chart what products it is that I put in my hair. So I know from my chart, this happened in May 2020. And there's just nothing you can do with this. And so this happened, like this, this is pitiful. This is like a nest, right? I was just about to ask if you're still journaling. I am, and I need to journal exactly what happened. I did not journal my 2 visits with the trichologist, to be quite honest, Vinette, and I need to go back and journal. But, okay, so this color that I was using, now remember, I used to part my hair from ear to ear, and I primarily only colored the front, which is why you see this here. But this damage is what's left. So it damaged the whole thing. And remember, in 2020, every week, I told you guys, every week when I would wash my hair, I was literally taking a little bit off, because at first I thought it was just damaged to the ends were damaged. So I thought, okay, I got maybe like an inch or 2 of ends to cut off. And so each wash day, I would take off a little bit, you know, and then I'd say, okay, next week I'd get frustrated, I'd cut a little bit more. But then it dawned on me, I was like, you've cut so much and you've not gotten to the end of it. If it was just your ends, you should have cut all the dead ends off theoretically. And then it started to dawn on me as I kept cutting more and more, and the same problem was happening, that it wasn't just the ends, it was the whole, my whole head, the whole strand. And so this is what I have left. So this is everything that has grown in since like May 2020. This is what I have left of the damaged part. And I'm glad tonight that you can see, because this is crazy. You can't do, you know, you can't really do much with it. And I'm able to, when I wear it curly, when you wet it and put the product in it, you're able to camouflage it. And if I put the finger coils in it, you'd never know, right? So people were like, I don't see the damage. What are you talking about? And I kept saying, it's when it's wet, then you really see it, and it's very frustrating. But when it's styled, you can put all the products on it and kind of get it under control. But this is what I'm working with. So you see it's all straight, and then here's the damaged part. So that is part of what I'm dealing with. So let me just see if I can tuck that back in. So what's coming up next with the trichologist? What will be part 3? So I'm going to go back after I get this blood work done. And at that time, I'm expecting to start a detox program where I'm going to clean out my system. She'll give me tea to clean out clean my liver, clean my, you love that color on me, thank you. You know, it's so hard. I'm sorry, you guys, to digress for a minute, but it's so hard to come on every week and not wear the same clothes all the time for the pictures and the live, and to just kind of like come up with something bright. And so this is something that I don't think I've ever worn on Facebook Live tonight. And so I decided I would try that. And I just have to show you guys, I found this beautiful color nail polish. It's like a gel. And I'm not really into nail polish, but I saw this in the store, and purple's my favorite color. So I saw this, ladies, and I had to have it. And I'm like a walking commercial tonight. The lipstick, I saw this. This isn't even the color I wanted, but I saw this online and I ordered it. And when it came in, I fell in love with this. So I'm all purpled out tonight with this lipstick and this shirt and this nail polish that I'll probably only keep on like 2 days. I just threw it on right before I went live. But anyway, so what's going to happen with episode 3? Episode 3, I expect to be where I'm going to have the results of my blood work. So she'll be able to see what exactly is going on between my thyroid, my, I guess, estrogen, testosterone, like what's going on with the menopause piece of it. And then she also said some of it appeared to be stress related, which, you know, I don't necessarily feel like anything in my life right now is going on that is causing me to be stressed out. But I have to say, the whole shutdown and the whole pandemic and you know, every time you turn around, somebody else is, hey, when somebody else is passing away, it's hard to kind of say that you are not under some degree of stress, whether you feel it and think about it every night or not. So, you know, she was saying that she felt like some of the hair loss was stress related. Some of it was hormonal. Some of it was age related. And then the other thing she said, I don't know how many of you have heard of this. It's called, let me get it right, I think it's called telogen effluvium, which really, it's a part of your natural, so you know your hair grows in cycles. You have your growth stage, you have a resting stage, and then you have this shedding stage. And when your that cycle gets out of whack, you can get into a stage where you're shedding more hair than you should be shedding. And a lot of times when people suffer from that, it is temporary. So hopefully, if that is part of my problem, like if you read online, they'll say some people, you'll go through it for about 6 months, it will correct itself, the shedding will stop, your hair will come back. So I'm hoping that that is part of it, and that is true, that what is the excess shedding from just that shedding phase of your natural hair cycle, that it will correct itself and it will start to come back. And in addition to that, I have also really changed my diet, where I am welcome on Instagram, welcome on Facebook. I've really changed my diet, and I'm back to working out in the gym 5 days a week. I'm juicing every morning. What am I juicing, ladies? I'm juicing. Now, I didn't know this was a thing, and we might have spoken about it in episode 1. I didn't know celery juice was a thing. I didn't know it was a craze, and so from what I'm seeing now, celery juice has been a craze for maybe the last 2 or 3 years. It's supposed to be very beneficial for your body. I will say, because I heard a woman who is a hair loss specialist, I watched her video and I watched her talking about it. And she said, even after 1 week, you will start to see some benefits. And I have to say, she's right. And so I have been doing it. I'm on week 2 now, and you juice celery first thing in the morning and you take it on an empty stomach. And so what benefit have I seen in 1 week? Now, this light, and I have to tell you, this hair feels like 500 pounds. I'm hot. I feel like I'm having 5 hot flashes, and so I'm sweaty and everything else, and so I've been rubbing my face. But in the morning when I wake up, I can tell you that when I look in the mirror, especially last week, I saw such a difference in my complexion. When I say my complexion was clear, I didn't see any imperfections. In fact, I said it looked so good that I said I was going to try to go outside in the morning and catch a shot. First thing in the morning, no makeup, no filters, no nothing, and just show you guys the difference in my skin since doing this celery juice. What else am I doing? I am also juicing cucumbers now. Now, why cucumbers? Because in the video she said you can also, if you don't have celery on hand and you have cucumbers, you can substitute the celery for the cucumbers. Now, cucumbers have silica in them, which is really beneficial for the hair. So I am juicing celery juice in the morning on an empty stomach by itself. You're not supposed to combine it with anything. You just have it plain. Believe it or not, it has a salty taste to it. So I bought regular celery, not organic, initially. Now with celery, if you listen to experts, they'll say, the nutritional people, they tell you that you have to wash celery well, and you don't wash it as a clump. You don't wash it with all the stalks together. You need to peel each stalk off, wash it individually, rinse it individually, because they say that celery is one of the most highly, it has the most pesticides on it. So they really put a lot of pesticides on celery. So they say you have to be careful with celery, especially if you're going to consume it every day and in large quantities, because you're supposed to drink 16 ounces. And they say don't necessarily start out with 16 ounces. You work your way up gradually, which I did. So you start with about 4 ounces, and then maybe you 2 days do that, then go to 5, then go to 6. Now I'm up to 16 ounces. And I tell you, my complexion was beautiful. So then I decided, you know what? I really need, hi Kitty, hi everybody on Instagram. Welcome. Sorry, you guys. I try to acknowledge people and thank people for joining, because you don't have to join, but I thank you for your time. With the cucumbers, was that where did I leave off? The cucumbers, right? Or the celery, the cucumbers. Anyway, I'm juicing the cucumbers now. So I have the celery, wash that well, wash it individually, wash each stalk, get the pesticides off. When I first started drinking it, when I got the regular celery that was not organic, it was very salty, and I was very surprised, hey Trina, because now I have been juicing celery for years and I always hated it. I always combined it with my carrot juice and my beets, and I felt that in that combination the celery juice was very overpowering and it wasn't a pleasant taste. But I had to tell you, drinking the celery juice by itself, the first batches of celery that I had that were not organic, it would actually had a very mellow taste, and it was very salty, and it was not unpleasant. It was okay to drink. I was fine to drink the whole glass. Now, here's the opposite thing. Cucumber juice. I loved cucumber juice mixed in, or I still do. I love cucumber juice mixed in with my carrots and beets, and I thought the cucumber juice in that combination really mellowed it out. So here's the funny thing. Where I hated celery juice in the carrot juice, I actually prefer the celery juice alone, and it has a very different taste. Where I love the cucumber juice in the carrots and beets, I don't like the cucumber juice by itself, but I'm sucking it up and drinking it because I'm trying to see in 30 days time, will I see any difference to not only my skin, maybe my nails, and definitely my hair. So far so good with the skin. And I gotta tell you, I woke up one morning and I went into the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I was floored at my complexion and how clear it was. When I say it was smooth, like you didn't see a blemish, you didn't see a wrinkle, you didn't see anything. It was like the skin of like a 25 or 30-year-old. So I was so pleased, and if I can do it this week, I'm gonna take a picture for you just so you guys can see the results. So I am cleaning prior to the trichologist putting me on an official detox. I'm already trying to clean up my diet. I'm already trying to detox as much as I can. I'm consuming about 3 glasses of juice a day. I'm taking a glass of celery juice, a glass of cucumber juice, and then after that I'm juicing my greens like kale, spinach, carrots, ginger. I put ginger in my juice. Today I had some Swiss chard. I juiced a little Swiss chard with some baby kale and everything else. It was really delicious. So I am trying to cut all of the garbage and processed food out of my diet in preparation for the detox that she is going to put me on. So like she was explaining, you know, like garbage in, garbage out. You're not going to get the benefit of the treatment if my body is full of toxins. And so before we start anything else, or like any new supplements, I need to clean out all the toxins and then you replace it with all the good nutrients. So I'm trying to clean my diet up in advance of the official detox that she's going to put me on. Okay, so that's going to be part 3. So I'm going to go back when I get the blood work. I'm going to go back. I'll let her wash and condition my hair. Oh, you know what, guys? I forgot a big part of the treatment. Really cool. So, you know, like hair steamers are kind of like a new thing. And I even bought one. I came on and I told you like 2 weeks ago, I bought my own hair steamer. She has, I think she referred to it as like an aquatic mist. So you can get a steamer, or you can get a, and I've seen them and I've heard beauticians talk about them, you can get more like a mist, right? And so the difference is, now the mist is actually better for your hair to absorb the moisture. Why is that, Allison? Because the molecules in the mist are smaller than in the steam, so they say, right? And so your hair it can penetrate the water, the mist can penetrate your hair better than the steam. So she gave me, hey Jay, she gave me a mist treatment yesterday, and I actually took a picture. So she did two things. She had a mist, like a little wand that she used, this aquatic mist, and then she actually has a hooded machine that kind of like a hooded dryer, but it also comes down, it has a little bit of fabric with a drawstring to kind of keep the steam in, and you put that on your hair and you kind of get some moisture into your hair and lock it in that way as well. So I totally neglected to say that she gave me this mist treatment. So I'm going to go back when I get my blood work in. I'll be able to review that with her. I want to go back for the steam treatment. I took a picture and a video of myself under this machine, and you can kind of see the steam coming out. I'll decide whether or not I want to be brave enough and post it for you guys. I'm transparent with you guys, but I'm also very conscious about what I allow to go on the internet and stay there, because once I put it up, it's there. Am I one of the people from the Supremes? Very funny. You know, oh, I can't. And he got me all like messed up. Am I one of the people from the Supremes? I wish I had their money. If they have good royalties, I wish I had that. So I want to go back and get another treatment, and then maybe this time I'll leave, you know, my hair curly, because there's a beauty salon that I follow out of Miami that they do a lot of those like moisture infusion treatments with the mist, and it really transforms the women's hair, where their hair will start and it will look like all dried out and it's a mess, and they put their hair into a machine, so you kind of lay back and it lifts up, and almost like a sink, like a covered sink, and they put your hair back into this and they close it, and it kind of just infuses all of this steam and mist into the hair. And when they're done with these women's hair, you would not believe that it was the same girl in the same head of hair. It's amazing how, if you get the moisture component right to your hair, how it will transform the look and how it will give you that elasticity. So I want some more of those treatments, especially as the new growth comes in. I'm really trying to, you know, boost the rate of growth and the health, and I need my strands to thicken up again, right? So we need to do that. So Trina, you missed it. I was showing everybody, you know how I'm talking about the amount of damage to my hair, and I'm always cutting it from the ends every week, and people were like, I don't see all of the damage that you speak of, Allison. So tonight, I told you guys I was going to show you, but it has revealed itself. So I just have to show my friend Trina here, because she's with me every week. Do you see this, Trina? So this is all the new growth. And then this is the damaged hair that's left from that color that I was using. And there's not anything that you can do to save this, salvage this, except, remember I said it's just ready for the garbage. The only thing you could do is just take the L, cut it, and throw it in the garbage. Well, this is it. Now, it was, before I came on, it was straight like this, and I ran a brush through it, and I don't know whether, I guess I had some oil or something on it, but as soon as the brush hit it, it just reverted. This doesn't really hold a curl or anything, right? Like you see this, not damaged, right? All you can do is cut that off and throw that in the garbage. So I'm just cutting this off. I'm just trying to hide it little by little. And so that's what's going on with the damage. There you have it. And you can see now, I don't see that the camera's picking it up, but you can see where the hair is jet black from the color versus my new hair that's growing in, that is my natural brown hair, is becoming very, very clear. And I was telling my daughter, soon I'm going to look like those girls with, like, what do you call it, like the ombre. So the bottom half of my strands are going to be jet black, and from the top it's going to be brown. So I'm going to have to figure out, kind of like blend it in and kind of camouflage it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with it, but this is the struggle right here, very clear. It's just like straw, just hay. You just want to, you know, and that's why it's frustrating to me. And I you know, I'm cutting it up every week. So, any questions? Did everybody get a chance to catch part 1? I hope. I posted it. I reposted it. Thank you. You like it? So I decided, so I did let her cut it, but I didn't let her cut it as much clearly as it needed to be cut. But I did let her take some off. We got a nice professional cut. She cut the whole thing. And when she showed me how much, now I really tried to prepare myself going in. I thought that I would let her cut everything off, all the damaged hair out, and just grow a new head of hair. But when I saw her hold up my hair with the scissors and where she was going to have to cut, I said no. I said I can't do it. I'm not ready for that, because once it shrinks, you know how much shrinkage we have. So I don't want to go back to that kind of like awkward looking stage where it shrivels up and it's, you know, at my ears. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to, as it grows out each month, have her take off a little bit until I get all of this, you know, gone. It's just going to shrink up too much for me. And I'm just, as frustrating as it is, that awkward stage, you guys, if you look at my pictures from last year, that awkward stage, it was kind of brutal. Is the mister only for cosmetologists? I don't think so, Trina, because I check online. I feel like I have seen the misters, and we're saying hair, like mist. I want to say I have seen them online, quite honestly. So double check. I'm not 100% sure. I definitely have seen videos and heard. I'm watching more, you know, I used to watch a lot of the influencers, and now I've shifted my focus to I'm watching more and more cosmetologists that are not just styling hair, but I am finding older cosmetologists. When I say older, I'm talking not old, I'm talking like 35 to 45 to 50, something like that, in that range. I'm watching cosmetologists who are now more into teaching about how to care for your hair, not just the influencers who were talking about putting in the products and styling it, which is what I was really into. But here's the thing. Somebody had said to me, Trina, you'll understand this from a spiritual perspective. Somebody was ministering to me, and they had said to me, you might need to switch, to shift, change your focus with regard to maintaining my crown. And I didn't really get it. But now I get what the shift is. The shift is not just coming on here and telling you guys about the products and the different techniques to style your hair, right? So like maintaining my crown, now the real focus is, how do we honestly maintain our crown? How do we maintain hair health? How do we maintain scalp health? You froze? What did you miss? It didn't look like it froze on this end. So thank you for telling me. So anyway, I was just saying, Trina, to you specifically, anybody else who gets this, grab it. I was saying that somebody was ministering to me, and they were talking to me about maintaining my crown, and they said you might need to shift. And when they said that, I didn't understand what they were talking about. I didn't understand the shift. But I get the shift now. The shift is not just trying a bazillion products and styles and how can you make your hair look nice, but actually learning how to maintain our crown, how to maintain hair health, how to maintain scalp health. And so that is the shift kind of that I am taking, not just to have cute hairstyles and curly hair and 1,000 pictures, you know, for Facebook and Instagram, but really helping us when we have problems, learn how to approach fixing them and fixing them correctly. Because here's one of the things that she said to me. I was talking to her about things I used to do in 2018 and how successful they were. back then, and how I'm like now trying to recreate a lot of that. And so, you know, what she said, and she's very right, what worked for me then may not necessarily work for me now. Like, you have to take into consideration your health, your state of health. Were you in a better state of health back then? You were definitely younger back then. And so as you age and as your body changes, as your overall health changes, things that worked for you at one time may not work for you for where you are in life at this moment. And so I had to really stop and think about that, because yeah, a lot has changed, right? I'm now 18, 3 years older, 3 years further into menopause, 3 years further into a hormonal shift. So yes, I now have to, now the damage caught my eye. I can see it kind of doing its own thing. So now I have to think, I can't just simply feel like I'm going to recreate what I did in 2018 and get the same result. I need to tweak it now for the age that I'm at and the status of health that I'm at, the weight that I'm at, the type of food that I'm consuming. Back then I was definitely in the gym. I was drinking my water. I was doing all the right things. I was not under stress. We were not in the middle of a pandemic. All those different things all kind of weighs into it. And so it's not simply just a matter of what products can I throw in my hair and what tool can I use to create this cute style and snap some pictures. We want to use wisdom now, and we want to use the right approach. And when we see issues arise, we want to get help, and we don't want to wait, because the earlier, your general health, the earlier you catch it, the easier it is to fix it. And so I'm glad that I made the move to get to her chair now and to schedule an appointment with the dermatologist now, because the one thing about the trichologist is they cannot prescribe anything. They can't order the blood work. So you really still, even though you see a trichologist, you still might want to or have to see a dermatologist or some doctor that can order the blood tests for you that need to be run. Okay, so I have my whole team lined up. All my appointments are lined up. And so for maintaining my crown, am going to shift. Will I still do hairstyles? Am I still taking pictures? Am I doing all of that? Yes. But what I'm going to change, and I told her the other day, is also you have to use wisdom in the products that you're putting in. And so I'll be more conscious of reading the ingredients and making sure that the ingredients are quality ingredients. Because even what I was using to color my hair was supposed to be all natural and plant-based, and look. So just because something says it's all natural, and because it says natural and plant-based and things like that, does not mean this cannot happen to you. So we have to be smart, and I think I've said all of that I can say about that. I personally have to slow down, and my advice would be that we want to make sure that we're not just putting anything in our hair, that we are reading the ingredients, and that we know what it is that we're actually putting in our hair. And your scalp is an organ, right? Like your skin is an organ, and it will absorb what you're putting on it. So we want to be smart about the things that we're allowing to seep into our pores. All right, so that's it for me tonight. I hope I did it justice. I hope this was informative for you. Thank you for joining. Stay tuned for episode 3, where we get the results of the blood work and we really start to be able to plot my course, because she can't plot the course for me until she knows what it is that we're working with and what it is that we're fixing. Right? So I need to get my blood test done, and she needs to understand what it is that she's working with and what we're going to help fix. By the end of the month, I will see a dermatologist, let her run her test. She can give her professional, evaluation and assessment of that as well. And by, April? So by May, if all goes as well, I should be able to start to be on some sort of regimen to try to, I want to thicken this back up. I want to grow it back out and, stop the shedding. So anyway, if nobody has any questions, you guys, thank you so much. I have to say, I did take some pictures yesterday when I left her salon. So I will be posting the pictures of what my hair looked like when it was done yesterday. I'll post those throughout the week. And Marilyn, I didn't see Marilyn. Marilyn, I didn't see you join tonight. I said I owe you an apology because I said I was going to do a demo tonight for you of the different styling tools and techniques, which clearly I'm not going to do. I'm going to postpone that. But what I will do for you is, because I have done that before, I will find that video and reshare it and tag you in it if I can. So Marilyn, that you can watch it and kind of see what it is that I did in that demo at that time. But coming out of this detox in the wash and the style and everything yesterday, it's not wise for me tonight to come in and start doing what I need to do and putting all those products on it and playing with the tools. It's just not wisdom. So I'm not going to do the demo tonight. But I will do the demo for you. I will honor my word. I will do the demo for you. I'm just not going to do it tonight, but I will let you know in advance when I'm going to do it so that you can make sure that you tune in. And I'll find the old demo of me styling my hair for you, Marilyn, and I'll repost it, okay? So I'm sorry that I can't do it tonight like I promised. I generally don't like to break my word. If I say something, I like to honor it, but I also need to use wisdom. And after my nice detox, scalp detox and everything yesterday, there's no wisdom in me putting 5,000 different products on my hair tonight, all right? So I'm going to hold off, but we will reschedule it. All right. So thank you, everybody. Look for the pictures this week. Don't forget to click like, click the heart, share. Now, let me just say something about share. And then for those of you on Facebook, if you please, from now on, if you remember, turn your notifications on the Facebook Maintaining My Crown page and watch it from there. Help me boost the numbers for the algorithm. And also, if you don't mind, people that you watch, they're always saying like and share, like and share. So I am saying like and share. And even if this is not, like if you're not suffering problems and you don't have like hair loss issues or things like that, you never really know who on your page, which of your friends might be. Because a lot of times women, let me just say this quickly, a lot of times we suffer and we deal with things in silence. And we don't talk about it. And then all of a sudden, when something bad happens, then everybody starts, when you can't hide it anymore, then you come out with the, oh my gosh, I was going through that too. Or, oh my gosh, my sister went through it. My mother went through it. And I had that at work a couple of years ago. I was having some problems. My immediate supervisor was having the same problem. Another girl that we work with, everybody was suffering. So by the time we were done, there were like 6 of us suffering the same problem and nobody knew it. And we all had a piece of the puzzle. And men, what are you saying about men too, Wen? So all of us had information that we all could have benefited for. Men suffer in silence, is that what you're saying? But because we have these like issues, these topics that we feel like are hush hush and we don't say anything, we suffer in silence. So there might be somebody in your friends list who is dealing with hair loss and who's never heard of a trichologist. So you just never know. When you share things to your page, you don't know who it's going to benefit. It may not apply to you, but there might be somebody on your page who's going to come across it and who might say, oh, this is, let me check this out. And it might be of a benefit to them. So I say all of that to say share. Even if you send it to people in Messenger, if you don't want it on your page, you could send it to people in Messenger and things like that. So I'm really here doing this series because for men too, when you lose your hair, that's not an easy thing to deal with. I think a lot of men now, it's more acceptable for men to just go bald and women are like, oh, that's sexy, it's bald head is sexy. So men, I think it's kind of changing But for a woman to lose her hair, that's a big deal. And yes, you have weaves. Yes, you have wigs. Yes, you have ways to camouflage it. But it still doesn't take the place of knowing that you are losing your hair. So share it with, share it to your page if you don't mind, because you never know. My point is, I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to get the word out. I want people to understand that they're not alone, that there are trichologists out there that are very hands-on, that can help you. Your hair loss does not have to be permanent. Catch it early. Get to a dermatologist. I'm not saying don't get to a dermatologist, because they are doctors. They are the experts in the field. But I'm also saying another option for you, excuse me, is also a trichologist, and you can do like I'm doing. I'm seeing both. All right, because the doctor will order the blood test, and the trichologist can work with that. So the trichologist needs the dermatologist. So, you can do definitely, sorry, this is in my eyes. You can definitely see both. All right. But I'm just trying to really help women out, help men out too. The trichologist, they do treat men. It is equally, I want to say, especially when men lose their hair. You see a lot of men now losing their hair closer to 30. Really young guys are starting to lose their hair. So there is help out there. It's not all it doesn't all have to be permanent. You have options. All right. So help me get the word out. Share it. Like I said, you could share it to your page. That would be awesome. Tell your friends about it. Just really help me spread the word, because you never really know who this is going to help, who this might be a blessing to somebody. All right. I don't get paid to do this. Nobody's paying me to do this. No brand has ever paid me to do this. I'm not getting paid from anybody. I do this because I love it. All right. So put it, share, get the word out, help me grow the audience. And like I said, you just never know who it's going to bless. Somebody, this might just be the answer that somebody needs. All right. So love you guys. I'll be back. I guess I'll be back next Sunday. Now that I have to figure out what we're going to talk about, now that I'm not going to be like putting 1,000 pounds of product in my hair every week. But look for the pictures. I did manage to get a couple of nice shots yesterday, honestly. So I'll post those during the week. And I'll probably come back and teach on something next week, now that I'm doing a lot of research. And like I said, I'm following beauticians as opposed to just watching the influencers and watching out for new products. I'm really in a season now where I'm going to learn. And as I learn, I will share what I learn with you. All right. We want to keep the hair on our head. All right. All right. So you guys, it's 9 o'clock. I didn't mean to be on a whole hour. I told you guys I'm going to try to shorten this to closer to 30 minutes on Sunday nights. But it is what it is. All right. Hopefully this was helpful for you. This is the end of part 2. Stay tuned for part 3. I suspect part 3 will be in about 2 weeks, but I'll be back next Sunday and I'll figure out what we're going to talk about next week. All right. Have a great week. Have a blessed week. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to have some dinner, and I see my family came in with some Cheesecake Factory, so I might try to take a little piece of that and see what they got over here. But anyway, thank you guys for joining. Always a pleasure. Love you guys, and I will see you next Sunday. All right. Thank you. Don't forget, click the heart. All right. And try to watch From Maintaining My Crown on Facebook next week. Thank you. Bye.